Welcome
Hello!
welcome to Spill the Drink podcast, where every week we discuss topics that you, the viewers, pick. Now, I'll be honest, for the last 2 weeks, I did not allow you to view or pick any topics. And that was because we were on a brief hiatus, and now we're back. And we're okay. I won't say we're better than ever, but yeah. Any thoughts, Ken?
Yeah, I don't know why we went on a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, I think it was more because we were trying to figure out more about the podcast, how to kind of get it all down and more structured, I guess. That didn't really make a lot of sense. But
We tried to get it more structured, and in reality, we didn't get it more structured, and if anything, we just delayed time and didn't update our viewers and didn't educate them on what was happening with our podcast. That's why we are filming at a time that we normally don't film at. We're about 45 minutes late and did not even notify any of you that our podcast was happening today. Yes. I am sorry, and we are sorry, and Brian, Lee, and I are sorry. We're not sorry at all. We're just happy that somebody tuned in. Yeah. Now let's go.
Yes. So let's dive in with our topic today. And Ken, would you like to discuss or tell the viewers what our topic is today?
Not particularly, but we'll do it.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to talk about... I don't even know how to describe this. Love. I guess we're talking about love and lost love.
Yeah.
And if we've ever had love or lost love, or if timing's important when it comes to love.
Yeah, I would say that's our topic for today. Now, this is all obviously in kind of a scenario type deal, but this is our topic for today. So we're very excited. We're very excited to let you guys know what's going on. So,
well, I don't think we're particularly excited, but the thing is, this is a topic that I don't think him and I are super comfortable talking about in front of people. I think it's a good way for us to get out of our shell and talk about some of our experiences when it comes to dating. I know. Yeah. I'm not feeling it either, but I guess we'll do it for them.
Yeah.
The 3 people that are watching.
Thank you.
And then we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Now, let's discuss question 1. What is love? Sorry, there was a brief pause. I forgot the question. How do we define love? And that's a hard question. Now, this is obviously, is it objective or subjective? I already forgot.
Well, to me, I guess I'll just come up with my own definition.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my definition is probably pretty similar to most people's, and I'm making it sound like it's super original or anything.
You can make it super original.
But I think love is a really strong void when that thing or person leaves. No. Okay. I'll be honest. Like, you don't know the true importance of somebody until they leave.
Yeah.
Or,
no, that's it.
You don't know. You don't really know until they go how much value they have.
Yeah. Now, do you think that romantic love and having a connection, like a loving connection with your family, are 2 different types of love?
Maybe there are different types of love. Yeah.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I mean, like, say, for instance, a family member were to pass away.
Yeah. I
don't think I'd know how much I'd love them until they did.
That's a very solid point. Now, I don't know.
I think, like, if you really were in a relationship with somebody for a while, you wouldn't know how important they were until they left.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. And I will be honest, I know that doesn't fall under the topic of lost love, but it's still...
Felipe just said, what is love? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. So now, a second question. Now, talking about love, do you believe in bad timing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Well, I've dated I don't know how many fucking people, and it can't all be me, right?
Yeah, okay. It
can't all be them.
All right.
So timing damn sure had to be a factor when it comes to that,
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Now, do you feel like... Now, I feel like it's a hard question, because I think there's a lot of factors with that as well. I mean, timing is definitely important. But let's say, like, timing in what sense? Like, let's say you see someone and they're moving. Would you go after that person if they're moving? Or would you do long distance? Stuff like that.
Well, it would make it a lot harder, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a situation where timing is definitely
key.
Not on your side.
Yeah. Yeah.
but maybe it wouldn't have worked anyway
Why do you
if
say
they
that?
didn't move. Well, it depends on the people too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just time. Like there are people that I could try to date,
Yeah.
and it would never work if we were in Costa Rica on the beach in paradise.
Okay.
And then there are people I think where it doesn't matter the situation,
Okay.
and shit could be hitting the fan, you'd still make it work.
Gotcha. Well, let me ask another question. This is more based off not on timing, but do you feel like now during our age of time when it's more common to meet people who fell in love over dating apps, do you feel like you can find true love on dating apps and find kind of your lost love or have a lost love through dating apps?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, you think so?
To be honest, I'm thinking of just ditching dating apps though.
Really?
And I'm just like so sick of it because you start to like develop this idea of how they are, and it's usually not even close to what they really are in person.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Instagram or social media where people like to create this caricature,
Yeah.
you know, where it's not really them.
Yeah.
It's like a fake persona. And you know, I'm sure you've been in the same boat. I've been catfished, not where it's like the total opposite person. Like I mean, that's happened to some people. Luckily, never me, but there have been times. Just I'm talking physically where you're like, whoa, what, who, where, when, why, how, why am I here? What happened?
Gotcha.
You know,
That's crazy. I mean,
sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. Though,
Yeah.
too. We're
It's
getting a little off track here.
yeah, I was about to say, but no, I think lost love is a good topic because it kind of opens up to what you will be willing to do for love, right?
Yeah.
I think a real good example is let's say you do find someone who you generally would go after, would you feel like there's a time where you would chase after someone even though it's the wrong time? Like if you felt like you connected at an emotional level, physical level, you found really attractive, would you wait for them if they were telling you at that moment in time, hey, like I'm not ready, like I'm not there yet? Would you wait for them?
I don't think you can wait for them because then you're ruining your own happiness. There's so many other options out there.
But yeah, my follow-up question to that would be,
Yeah.
what if you feel like, you go on dates and you don't feel like there's a bunch of people who can give you the same happiness as this person? Would you still wait or still keep trying to push and find someone who can actually make you happy?
I think you got to push because there's a chance that other person will find somebody else.
Really? Okay.
You know.
Really? That's it?
I would think so.
No, that's some pretty good insight. I mean, personally, I would actually wait, I think.
I don't know if I could wait that long.
Nah.
Because you're just like, you're putting your life on hold.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens if this person never gets their shit together? Or if
That's
they
true.
move farther away?
Yeah. Would you never follow that person if you got the opportunity?
What do you mean follow?
In the sense of like if they moved away and they were like your one true, would you move with them or that would even be out of the game plan?
I don't believe in that whole soulmate shit.
Really? Okay.
I don't. I think there are people you're compatible with, but I think it's ridiculous when people say, oh, this is the one person out of 3.5 billion people that you're supposed to be with.
Okay. No, I agree with that. I like that.
I just don't think mathematically it adds up.
Yeah.
You know?
So you believe in right person, right time and all that jazz when it's like right person? Yeah.
Yeah, but I also believe, and I think you are a great cameraman and producer, Lee.
Yeah, definitely.
Asked the question before we recorded tonight, about 15 minutes ago. Sometimes you can meet the wrong person at the right time. And I feel like that happens enough too. Like people are desperate, they're alone. Oh wow, he's alone or she's alone too.
Yeah.
Let's get together. And then before you know it, 6 months down the line or whatever, it could be even sooner than that, it's a train wreck on steroids and things are going. Then the person that both people are in a worse spot than they were in before.
Yeah.
I think that happens enough too.
Okay.
I do. People just kind of, oh wow, you're looking for the same thing as me. we're not really compatible, but let's do it because we're both lonely, and we'll see where it goes.
I see.
And then before you know it, you're in a worse spot than you were in before.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't know. I feel like for love, it's hard because it's like you like someone, you love someone, and I feel like, it's hard to explain something when it can be used as an adjective or a verb, but when you love someone, it's really hard to just kind of run away from them, like to get over them.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of was seeing somebody for a little while, kind of hit it off pretty well, and they've been sort of lingering, and I've been going out on other dates, but yeah, that person kind of is in the back of my head.
Yeah.
But I gotta keep moving on.
Even though that person's in the back of your head, and so actually another question would be, do you compare that one person to everyone you date? Do they live up, do you try to like put them on do you put them on a pedestal kind of deal?
Put them on a pedestal?
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, I think you do. You put them on a pedestal. I don't know if I compare this person though to every person I date. No,
Gotcha.
I wouldn't say that. Because the people I date, they're so different from one another.
Yeah.
Like if they looked a little similar to me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
But I see where you're going with these questions.
Yeah.
If you really like somebody, it is hard to kind of just move on.
Yeah.
It really is. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Because I am wondering at this time if this person that's been sort of lingering, I feel there is chemistry, but at the same time, timing was bad.
Okay. So timing is a big deal with...
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
I would say for most relationships, yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
But then, like I said earlier, I think there are certain couples that they could be in hell and they'd be happy. And they'd make it work.
That's actually a really good point. I mean, I think for lost love especially, I feel like personally, I always have someone in the back of my mind that I think about.
Yeah.
And there are some times subconsciously where I don't even think like, oh, I'm thinking about this person and I didn't even realize it. Or I'll be on a date with someone and just kind of like talking to them and by accident thinking like, wow, this person doesn't really live up to, not even live up, but doesn't compare to someone else. And I think that's a wrong type of thing to do, because not only are you kind of putting yourself in a bad headspace because you're almost comparing apples to oranges. Like everyone's different in their own sense, but you're also putting that other person in a wrong type of place, because everyone's their own person, and you should not be judging someone to someone else. You should never compare someone. Like they're their own human being, and I know I made that mistake, and I've been trying to correct it ever since, because that's just like, you can't compare someone on a date. Like you go in there with an open mind, and dating's kind of like you roll the dice, right? So you can't just go in being like, oh, they're not this person. It's like it's not how that works, because if that's the case, then you'll never actually find someone, because you're always going after one person every single time, and it just gets so annoying. So that's my 2 cents about it. So it gets very tiring.
I've been told by multiple people to move on from this person.
But see,
it's so much easier said than done.
Exactly. It's so easy to say things like, oh, you can just move on, or go on dates, like everything's gonna be fine, just put yourself out there. How do you put yourself out there? Talking to people, and then they bring up things that make you think about something about them, and then you start going into that whole headspace of, oh, I wonder what they're doing right now. It's like, and it's a constant cycle.
I literally have received messages from this person before I've gone on the date, while I'm seeing the person walk into either my car from their house.
Yeah, I don't got all that.
You gotta be kidding me! Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't got all that stuff. But yeah, see, and that's why it's hard to talk about stuff like that. Like dating is one big thing, but when you talk about like lost love and actually like loving someone, I think it's very difficult when someone tells you, and I think everyone understands this, but it's still something that has to be said, because if you can't get over it, then you're just stuck. and you're not going to move on. And I understand, like, the idea of lost love is cool. It's in fantasy, it's very cool because, yeah, there's an opportunity of that person coming back into your life, and if it works, it works. But I feel like now in our day and age, that fantasy does not work. Like, we're not in a rom-com, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would love to be in a romantic comedy because somehow time is just flying so fast in those movies, and it's like whatever happened, whatever characters did something wrong, they somehow get together in the end. But in real life, that's just not the case, and I just get a little upset because it's not as easy to get over someone who's just your lost love, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So that's my big thing. But I think there's also a lot of variables that go in with lost love, like not only timing, but I think location is a big one as well. Have you done long distance before? Is it long distance? I think that's what it's called.
Not in the serious relationship I had. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
But I've talked to people that have lived far away. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like location.
And it makes it tough.
Location, I think, is big just because I feel like it takes a lot out of you if you have to travel wherever your person lives, right? And I mean, if you're living in different countries, different continents, like
states, even New Jersey, not that big, but I've talked to people that live in other parts of the state where it could be 3 hours one way.
Yeah, and I think that's a big variable. Another big one I think also is just, another one was actually just where you are mentally.
That's probably, to be honest, I think that might be the biggest one.
Yeah, I think that's a really big key. And I mean, you can be, and I feel like for our generation, especially where I feel like mental health isn't talked about as, it's getting talked about more, but back in the day it wasn't. And I think personally that if you talk to a lot of people and you find that one person and you really like them and it's working and you know it's working well, they're telling you about it, you're telling yourself, you're telling them about it, but if they don't feel comfortable or that they're dealing with a lot of stuff, it's a real Debbie Downer to tell someone you love them and then find out they're not in the right headspace. And you can ask that question that everyone asks, when do you think you'll be ready? And that question, I feel like, is always a nail biter. It's always like, because you want that answer like, I'll be ready by like a month. 2 days.
You can't rush that, man.
Exactly. But you can't rush it.
It's not like a homework assignment.
Exactly. It's literally working on yourself, and that is a hard thing to do. And I feel like everyone agrees with that. It's not easy to work on yourself. You tell yourself every day, like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. How many things do you actually accomplish, you know?
I know.
So I feel like definitely a mental state is a big one. But other than that, I think, location, time, mental state, I would also say how much effort you put in.
I think a lot of people feel that relationships are kind of just like, another, like a best friend.
Yeah.
Not in my world.
What?
In my world. I'm not saying it's the way to be. It's just, for me, it's, you gotta be all in.
Yeah, all in or nothing?
Yeah,
Do you feel like your lost love and stuff like that is always all in? Do you feel like people... No, not at all?
The person that I've been kind of struggling to get over? Oh my God, no.
No.
Oh my God.
That's very disappointing.
Flaky to the 9th degree.
Dang. Oh, flaky. So, do you think...
Oh my God.
So, when you say flaky, does that mean like he just dips like every week, or like he just never comes up anytime? They come up every time. My apologies. They just don't show up at all?
Well, there have been a couple of times where I've tried to set up certain things with this person, and then all of a sudden they go radio silent. Yeah. And that gets very annoying. And we're meeting as like friends. Yeah. So.
That's really upsetting. Granted.
So I talked to a friend of theirs, and he says the same fucking thing I do.
Really?
So it's not just me.
Damn.
Yeah, that gets very annoying. So I basically told a friend I could never date that. Yeah. Yeah. Even though I kind of have feelings. Yeah. It's like, no. Never work.
No, that makes sense. I
It would
think
never work.
I think that goes into the whole effort too, right?
Yeah.
I feel like with your lost love or with anyone really, when you put more effort into it, that kind of shows the other person that you care about them more, right? But it feels like if they don't show that, if they're not giving more to it, then you're kind of just on the back burner, and that kind of sucks. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
yeah, I don't
I'm
really.
not asking for much.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to meet up, but you just want to do stuff with that one person. So
Yeah.
why? I don't know. So I mean, those are
And
my
they tease too. That's
What-
the other thing. They tease.
like tease, like what? Like
They
teasing? me?
comment on my post and stuff like that.
Yeah, that I don't think
It's
that's
very annoying.
yeah.
Oh, you should go hiking with
Yeah.
me. What are we gonna do? Just stare at each other in the fucking woods?
I mean, that's mostly what hiking is, and looking at views. But
I think that's why he wants to go hike.
okay. um, okay. 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 Cool.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
Yeah. We all good. Anyway, lost love. Yes. Yes. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that impacts lost love. And I think both of us, me and Ken, was saying we do believe in the whole idea of right person, wrong time.
Yep. And wrong person, right time.
That is very true.
Because I think that's much more common
Than actually finding
than
the
the
right.
other way around.
I definitely agree with that. I've seen a lot of people who've jumped into relationships. I've actually seen, and then as everyone knows on the internet, I've read a lot of Reddit posts of people jumping on, I read a lot of Reddit.
For this?
Yeah, I read on Reddit. I'll be honest.
It's like worse than 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh yeah, 90 Day Fiancé. That's a great show too, and what we're discussing as well. And that's actually a good question. Now, it's not lost love, but let's just jump into the idea of, let's say you do have a green card marriage. Would you ever consider that as like a lost love idea? Like, if they lived in another country, would you jump to that country and then try to marry them there? If they were your lost love.
So I'm the one traveling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't leave this country.
Dang, even for the one you love.
Yeah, they can come here.
What? Okay. It's not even a discussion at this point.
I don't know. Well, where am I going? I guess that's the question.
Let's say-
If I'm going to the Congo in fucking Africa, then no.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If I'm going to Amsterdam, I might like Amsterdam.
So, okay. So let's say we're going to Paris.
I don't know, though. I don't speak French.
Okay, that's because language barrier would be a very big thing. Yeah, that is true. I didn't think of
Maybe
that.
England or Ireland, Canada.
Canada would be pretty cool. I think I'd like Canada. Anyway, but sorry, we're going off our tangent again. But I think so. Definitely, location would definitely stop you if it's not some place you like.
It depends, man. I don't know. All my family's here as of now.
Okay.
I just get up and then my dad way back had an opportunity for a job to go to Detroit, right? And he turned it down. And then 2 years later, the company went bankrupt. I feel like that's relatable because what happens if you go and then all of a sudden such and such is caught fooling around with the maid or whatever, and then the marriage ends or whatnot, and then all of a sudden you're just in this fucking other country?
Yeah, I mean that could happen.
Can you imagine me in France permanently? No.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
so. That's a big risk.
what would you do for the lengths? What lengths would you go to obtain your lost love? That's, I think, a
Maybe
good
travel
question.
50 miles.
That's not a lot of miles.
Why do I have to travel? Why can't they fucking travel?
They don't have a license and they don't know how to read English. But you love them unconditionally. You love them. You're all about them. It's all you think about every day. Only 50 miles?
They don't have a license, and they...
Yeah, it's a toughie. It's a toughie.
Maybe 55.
What? Okay. So 55 miles. Okay, 55 miles. Is that even out of? That's out of New Jersey. That's like.
I'm kidding, but like, I'm sorry. I'm a very realistic person.
Okay.
You know, I love being in love.
Yeah.
Or at least being infatuated with somebody. It's a cool feeling, especially if it's reciprocated.
Yeah.
You know, that's like one of the best highs you get from life.
Yeah.
Honest, in my opinion, because I felt it, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like everything starts looking brighter and, greater in my eye.
This guy.
Yeah. It lasts about a couple days, and then it goes away.
Okay.
No, but... no, I'm kidding. But the thing is, you got to realize that this honeymoon phase is going to eventually end. Mm-hmm. So you need to take you got to take real life into account, too.
Okay. And what does real life entail with your loss?
Whole hell of a lot of bullshit, a lot of bills, dealing with kids, and dealing with monotony.
Is monotony a bad thing with lost love?
Well, I don't think this would be lost love because I'd be dealing with it, right? If I go after this person.
He brought up a certain point. That's a great idea. Yeah. He's.
No, I'm probably seeming like such a cold bastard right now. I mean, I just, you got to take real life into account.
Yeah, I mean, it's why
Yeah.
be. That's not you being cold. It's just
Yeah.
you being realistic, right? Not.
I would love to be head over heels in love with somebody.
Yeah. And the movies
thing-
make it seem real nice.
Well, I actually saw a post a couple of days ago. It's like, why aren't romantic movies categorized as science fiction? Because none of this shit happens in real life.
That is pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think you have a point though. It's good to be realistic to a certain
Yeah.
expectation.
Yep.
And I mean, granted, everything we've talked about today is mostly relatively just scenario based.
Scenario based, yep.
However, I will be honest, I'm still kind of like the romantic type. I would definitely want to wait if I met the right person. And I would be that, I don't want to say sucker, but I would definitely be the guy being like, hey, like, you okay? What's going on? Let me know what's happening. And
That's a good way to be.
yeah, like, granted, the problem with that, though, is pretty much what Ken stated before. Like, look, you're not moving on, right? You're just stuck, like, trying to wait for this person. But what if that person never moves on? What if they stay the same way? And then I'm just sitting here waiting for something that's never going to be. Mm-hmm. And how do you make that decision of it's time to move on, or when do you know when you're ready to move on or have to move on, or against your lost love, because it's such a big part of your life. It's been part of your life for a long time, and now it's just gone, and you're just sitting there thinking like, what do I do? How do I fix this? How can I fix this? And no one has answers except you got to keep putting yourself out there, and you have to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I would want to wait, but I know I'll be hit with those answers and those questions, and have no answers to give to those questions. So, that is just a little bit about me. What's the chat saying?
I don't know, to be honest.
But do you guys?
Somebody way back asked. Didn't even ask. It was a comment. When you have high expectations of people over these apps, is when you're vulnerable to be disappointed.
Wow, is there a lot of people writing in this chat right now?
No.
Oh.
That's all right though. We were unexpected tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's frustrating. It is, because the logical part of your brain is telling you move on, but the emotional part won't let you.
Yeah. It's definitely a little bit of a tough topic. And
Yeah. I mean, do you have so you have a lost love, you think?
No, I do not.
I don't even think I do. I think the person that I'm struggling to get over, I think even deep down, it wouldn't. When I told their friend this, I said I don't think it would work.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of how flaky.
Yeah.
And you tell this person something, they forget it.
Yeah.
And they don't respond. Like that would get stale quick.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, it's still hard to let go.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah. And I've been on many dates since that encounter, so.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I necessarily compare
Mm-hmm.
that person to the people I go on dates with.
Really?
Which is maybe very early, like the first few, but not anymore. Which is good. I think we're getting close to being
Dunzo.
over it. Yeah.
That's really good.
I think so. Too unreliable.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna end it there.
Yeah.
I think so it's definitely a hard topic to discuss, but we just want to talk about lost love, and honestly, let us know what you guys think as well. Right in the comment section, let us know what you think. Write in our DMs, tell us your stories about lost love, because I mean, we really just talked about scenarios and kind of what we've been through in the past, and that's why we were able to talk about this topic. But guys, yeah, we appreciate you coming through. I mean, we haven't posted in the last 2 weeks, so we apologize about that completely. We'll keep doing Instagram Live, and we'll be posting on our YouTube channel as well, and other platforms as well, and we'll let you know as the time comes. But we appreciate you showing up, and I mean, this is Spill the Drink, so thank you guys for coming through, and hopefully you guys let us know how we're doing, and just let us know through the comments and DMs. So, and like this, and subscribe, or whatever it's called.
Te amo.
Yeah.